Nobody's watching our content properly, so we're just going to remain homeless.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say they're probably not watching because you're gaslighting the fuck out of them. So while you're blaming everybody for you being homeless, I'm going to teach people how to make as much money as they want. The first key here is to not be lazy. So if you're already in a position where you are on the streets, if you go to any intersection, you're going to see trades trucks drive through that intersection all day long. Construction trucks, painting trucks, landscape trucks, roofing trucks, you name it. All of these guys are dying for good help right now. And you will have a job by the end of the day, and you just have to be willing to learn and work your ass off. That's it. Put 100% of your energy into learning what it is they need to teach you. Be responsible and have a great work ethic. That is it. There is no reason for you to not have any money. Now, let's say that you're not completely homeless, but maybe bills are really tight and you're kind of worried about paying bills next month, and you really need to make more cash. I'm going to give you a list of home services that you could literally start today that require very little investment, and the minimum that you're going to make today is $200 if you go hustle. So the first and probably cheapest to start would be a gutter cleaning company, because really all you need is maybe some latex gloves and some garbage bags. That's it. Worst case scenario, you have to buy a ladder, rent a ladder, borrow a ladder, but where there is a will, there is a way. Now, cleaning gutters, you're on a roof. It's a slightly more dangerous job. You can charge a decent amount for this. So we're going to ask ChatGPT real quick what the market rates are for cleaning gutters per linear foot. So ChatGPT tells us the cost of cleaning gutters typically ranges from $1 to $2 per linear foot. So you could literally use your feet, go one in front of the other, get a general idea of linear foot on each side of the house. This would kind of like determine the linear foot of all the eaves and add up a price. So let's say you have 50 feet. No, actually, let's say 30 feet on all sides. Let's say it's a square house. You got 30 feet, 30 feet, 30 feet, 30 feet. That'd be $120. You knock out a couple of those a day, you've got $240. That is probably one of the cheapest, easiest ways to get started. And if you knock enough doors, guys, you will get these jobs. Now, if you're smart, you will collect your customers' information, their email, their phone number, their name. And as you begin to make more money, you'll invest into some type of CRM software where you'll plug their information in later, and you can always remarket to them down the road and get repeat business. And not only that, but as you build rapport with that customer, you can offer a wider range of services, making more money out of that one customer. Anyways, on to the second service that I would start. Also with very little upfront cost would be window cleaning. Now, people might be a little less inclined to spend money on window cleaning than maybe gutters or lawn care, stuff like that. However, it is something that more expensive homes will typically pay for. People with a lot of money who put a lot of money into their homes want to keep it pristine all the time. They're also just willing to pay more. And I can tell you from experience, the people who have the most money are the least headache. It's always the cheapest people who are broke who want to nitpick about every little thing and constantly try to haggle you down on price. So I would highly suggest to target very expensive homes in very expensive neighborhoods. And with window cleaning, charge $10 a window. If they got 10 windows, you got $100. You'd be done in an hour or two. And the upfront cost would literally probably $50. I mean, if you go to the dollar store, Home Depot, Walmart, you can get pretty much everything you need. The most expensive part would probably be like a pole with a squeegee. But again, it's something you can start very easily today. Now, third, you could also start a painting company. In terms of upfront costs, guys, you're looking at a step ladder and a few paintbrushes and a roller, and then you charge the customer half down for materials. So you're buying their paint with the deposit that you charge up front. Now, if you're doing specifically interior painting, which is actually what my sister's boyfriend does, he only does interior. He won't touch exterior, and he stays busy. But the average room, ChatGPT says $2 to $6 per square foot of wall space, or $300 to $800 per room is the average cost. So you could go paint one room, guys, and make $300 to $800. And then finally, which is by far my favorite, this is also how I've made my money, is lawn care. Because grass does not stop growing. Also with lawn care, you can get started pretty cheap. Most people already have a mower. If you don't have a mower, you can borrow a mower. If you don't borrow a mower, You can get a very cheap model for a couple $100 at Home Depot or Lowe's or wherever. I've even found some pretty good deals for like $180, $160 on Facebook Marketplace just to get you started. And look, when I first started, I literally bought the cheapest mower I could get, new, which was $200. It was a push mower, no self-propelled. I borrowed a weed eater from my mom, which was electric, and back then they didn't have battery powered, so you literally had to drag a cord around the yard. And thinking back now, it's like, I had to have looked so unprofessional, but people still hired me. And because I couldn't afford a blower to blow the trimmings after I got done, I swept people's driveways with a fucking broom. I did this out of the back of my truck. You could do this out of the back of a car if you wanted to. Back then, I got customers from Craigslist and yard signs, and I just got to work. I was charging $25, $30 a lawn, which was still low even back then. But I also didn't have the best equipment. I was moving slow because I didn't have the best equipment, so I couldn't charge top dollar. The point is, guys, I was doing 10 yards a day back then when I had almost nothing. At $30 a lawn, that's $300 for the day. That was way more than I was making at GNC, which is where I was working as my full-time job, making $9 an hour. So how do you think that shifted my paradigm when I was making $9 an hour, barely able to pay bills, working supplement retail? And then I go out with hardly any equipment and I go hustle and I make $300-$400 in a day. The money is out there and there is nothing stopping you but yourself. As a matter of fact, if you go look at my first pinned video on this profile, I had started a series a couple years ago where I basically started a pressure washing company from scratch, showed people how to market on Facebook. It got probably close to 1 million views and helped hundreds of people. I was literally getting on average 100 messages a day, people thanking me for the information because it was helping them make money, the most money that ever made in their lives. You just have to be willing. Because if you're like the guy in the beginning of this video that I clipped and you're able but not willing, I don't feel bad for you. If you need any help at all, guys, shoot a comment down. I'll answer everything I can if you need the help. Nonetheless, go make some money.